Before we move on further, there's just something I want to kind of just point out to you as to what's most important when dealing with the DOM. And you probably already know this. I just want to re-emphasize it because we're going to be getting into a lot more detail and a lot more advanced in the upcoming sections and lectures. Firstly, let's look at the very first 2 lines of our code. Let me actually just zoom in there for you. Can you see those 2 lines? Well, first we've got this doc type, and then we've got this HTML tag. And we can take these first 2 lines and combining it with the king of our entire browser, we can then split this into the 3 most important things when it comes to the DOM. And these 3 things are the window object, the document, and the HTML. And we've seen a lot of this before, but if we go to our browser and we access the console, again, let me just zoom in here for you. What we can do is we can do things like this if we really felt so inclined. We can define a variable called global window object, and we can make that assigned to the value window. And then, of course, we can access this global window object, just like that. And we can open it up, and we can see all the window properties. We know this, we've seen it, but it's very weird that we're assigning it to a variable, isn't it? And the same we could do with a document. We could call it, I don't know, document node. We could assign that with the value of document. This is very strange, isn't it? We never do this in coding. And the reason why we don't have to do it is because of how important the window and the document is. The DOM provides us with easy access to them via window and document. These are known in the programming industry as global properties. So it just means we don't have to explicitly declare them like I have just done. You can just shake it and use it straight out of the container. So we can actually just write window, and we've got access to the window properties. We can write document, and we've got access to the document properties. What about that HTML? Well, that's quite easy to get as well. We can just say let HTML element, and we can access our document. Within our document, we've got a property called document element. And that is the same as our HTML code. If we type HTML element now, HTML element, there we go. Here is our HTML. We've got our head and we've got our body. And if we open up the body, it's literally all our code. So there we go. Just before we move further, I wanted to remind you that the 3 most important things are the window object, the document, and the HTML element. And these are very easily accessible from the DOM because they're so important. Cool, enough said. I think you've got the point. Let's move on.